glorious afternoon here in Central Virginia. So this is my last bit of gardening for the year, at least until I get back here to start my in earnest spring gardening. I am in my kitchen garden and I'm going to be sprucing up these beds a little bit, clearing them off, probably harvesting a few things that's in here, and then preparing them for the winter time with mainly with some compost and a little bit of granular fertilizer. I'm still trying to figure out really how to handle these beds back here, because as time has gone on, this area has become progressively more shady during parts of the day. So in addition, we truly are hoping to build a small addition here on the back, which will be a pantry and a kitchen extension. So I don't want to invest too much into these beds now, just because at some point we're going to be working on that. But I do want to make them productive. They're great for lettuces and things like that, especially in the springtime. So yeah, let's see what we got here. These are basically 4x4 beds. They're not exactly raised beds, but they're quasi-raised beds. Pinned end beds, I guess, is the best way to put it. So one of the wonderful things is that parsley is great. It winters over wonderfully, and I've been eating parsley all fall. I've actually planted this last spring, and it really didn't do much throughout the summer, but now it's going great, and we'll have parsley as well. So this bed has some radishes in it. We'll just go ahead and harvest these little guys. Oh, that one didn't do much at all, but some of them are quite nice. Okay. And there are some prize choys that I'll go ahead and harvest, and we will eat this week. These are sweet williams that winter over. I'm going to go ahead and pull any weeds that come up in here. This was not well mulched during the summer, so I'm not surprised that it got a wee bit on the weedy side. One of the other things I need to do is to clear out the rest of the asparagus from this asparagus bed and mulch that down. We got a lot of little things you can still harvest here. This is sorrel that you can put in omelets and make soup out of. I have a lot of these blackberries. I'll be taming them in the winter time. Probably start to prune them back in February or early March. So over here, there are a couple of wild things that just plant themselves, and I just leave them because sometimes I've seen that they actually do survive the winter. This is a borage, as is this, which is right outside the bed. And I am just going to leave them because they will become, if they survive, they'll become a very nice flowering, early flowering plant that's edible, and the bees absolutely. So this bed has some lettuces growing, which I'm just going to leave in here, right here. It's got some kale that's coming back and a border full of strawberries. These are some chives that will come back next year. And I have pulled out some radishes. There's oregano growing over there. I'm just going to put down a little bit of organic granular fertilizer. It's a 3-4-3 NPK. Now I'm just going to throw down some compost. Maybe by next year I'll have my compost operation up to the point where I won't need to buy any. That would be a nice thing. Just spread this all along. It's about 1 inch to 1.5 inches of compost in here. This is lovely compost, I have to confess. It's locally made here, and it's organic certified, so that's good, and from a trustworthy source. It's been a good and a reasonable price, so I feel fine about having to buy it because I think compost is really worth having, so I'm happy to do it. So my son is going to get me some hay. I'm going to top this off with a load of hay and then continue to work on the rest of these beds as best we can. Hey, buddy. I know. Otis says, I want to go for a WALK. Well, we got the garden done, and so this is the final bit of bed preparation that I have for this year before we go into the winter time. So finally, thanks to help from Nathan, we have gotten this kitchen garden done. Thanks for watching. Hope you're well. Bye. Otis is out here with me.